We are back with a game called Buy or Sell. Hey, Jeff, Saturday, are you buying or selling the Dallas Cowboys as a playoff team?
Oh, no chance. Absolutely not. They are the get-right game for everybody, especially defensively. I don't care how much you're asking of Dak, how much you're paying Dak. The defense can't stop a bloody nose. This is trouble for the Cowboys. No. So to go in the playoffs, Jerry, man, just call it a day. Let's rebuild for next year.
You can sell it, but who gonna buy it? Like if you watch that game, it's hard to have confidence in this team, and it's a series of games where that defense just seems unpredictable.
Can't get right.
Okay. Quickly, Graz, the thing about the Cowboys, the offense, in theory, could carry them, but they're banged up too now. The CeeDee Lamb thing looked much worse than they were making it seem.
High ankle sprain, going to miss some time. Also, Tyler Booker, one of their guards, he is out for some time with an ankle sprain as well. So banged up on offense. And yes, that has to be their strength. That has to carry their team.
Next one, Dominique, are you buying or selling the 49ers as legit Super Bowl?
They're horrible. I mean, it was bad enough to see what the New York Giants did to them just last weekend when Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson had a field day with the Dallas Cowboys secondary, and Russell Wilson looked like the second coming of Dan Marino, throwing for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns before losing to the Dallas Cowboys 40-37, courtesy of an ill-advised Hail Mary-style interception that he threw in targeting Neighbors. All right, that was intercepted by Dallas, and Dallas ended up winning because they got the best field goal kicker in football, and this guy, Brandon Aubrey. But that wasn't the case yesterday. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys, I can't even get to a point where I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys offense because this defense is so horrible. What can you say? 4 sacks in 3 games? 4 sacks in 3 games. I mean, if ever it was mounting evidence about how much they miss Micah Parsons, it's now. It's now. Because I'm here to tell you something right now. They can't stop a cold. They can't stop the sniffles. It's that bad with the Dallas Cowboys defense. 4 sacks in 3 games. A secondary led by Trayvon Diggs. He's slipping, he's falling, he can't get up. You understand? Biting the line from DMX song, slipping. I mean, this is what's happening to Trayvon Diggs. Adunze with a touchdown. Burton III with a touchdown. You got a guy in Caleb Williams right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first half. I want y'all to make sure you understand it. This is the first half we're talking about with the Chicago Bears going up against the Dallas Cowboys. And this brother had about 5 throws, a 65-yarder, a 37-yarder, a 31-yarder. 65, 41, 35, 37, and 29 yards. This is Caleb Williams. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, he was sacked 68 times last year. 68 times, 16 more than anybody else in the National Football League. Number 2 on the list was C.J. Stroud of the Houston Texans. But Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times. And as Sean Payton has religiously told folks, all sacks ain't the fault of the offensive line. Sometimes it is the quarterback holding on to the football along, not having enough pocket presence, not sensing the level of urgency and getting rid of the ball quick enough. All of those things can be true. Why am I bringing that up? Because yesterday, that was a non-factor. Caleb Williams was sitting back taking pictures, calling his honey, ordering Uber Eats. He was doing everything he did, everything he wanted to do before throwing the damn football. That's what Caleb Williams was doing because he didn't have to worry about a pass rush from the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. He didn't have to worry about a damn thing. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right here. When he threw that 65-yard touchdown pass to Luther Burden III, it traveled 62.1 yards in the air. Longest completion in the NFL this season and the longest completion of Caleb Williams' career. And I'm just looking at this right now. This Cowboys defense, 4 sacks in 3 games, ranking 29th in the National Football League. Right now, total defense 30th, scoring defense 28th, pass defense 31st, sacks per game 29th, and third down defense dead last. So they don't stop people on third down. They don't stop people on third down. And by the way, speaking of the Bears, their running game, we all know it needs work. They were held to 87 yards and 29 carries, which is 3 yards per carry, with DeAndre Swift limited to 2.5 yards per rush on his 13 carries. Chicago don't have Jamal Gibbs and David Montgomery in their backfield for Ben Johnson like they did for him in Detroit. That much is true. They didn't need it yesterday. They didn't need it yesterday. And if you're Dak Prescott, and people, Cam Newton was on TV with me earlier this morning along with Dan Orlovsky, and they thought that I had lost my damn mind. But I'm going to say what I said to them. I'm going to say it to y'all audience right now. Let me tell you something that's really, really bothering me, and I'm not backing up from this. I want to know the name of the coach, whether it was Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach, or somebody else. I want to know who's responsible for giving CeeDee Lamb the ball out of the backfield on a running play. Ladies and gentlemen, all things are not created equal. All things are not equal. Okay? CeeDee Lamb ain't built that way. You got to remember, when you're running the football out of the backfield, you're encountering defensive linemen and linebackers before you see anybody else. When you're a wide receiver, most of the time you're dealing with cornerbacks and safeties. It's a bit different when you're coming out of the backfield running the damn football. CeeDee Lamb ain't built like that. I paid him $136 million. $136 million. If I'm Jerry Jones, I paid him as one of the top 3 paid receivers in all of football to catch the damn ball away from the line of scrimmage in the teeth of an opposing team's secondary. I didn't pay for him to be lined up behind the quarterback in the backfield, in the damn I formation, and I'm giving him the ball to run through defenders. He got dragged down, hurt his ankle, wasn't really ready to go for the rest of the game, suffered from a high ankle sprain. There's an MRI that's scheduled for the day. We don't know what his status is going to be next week. He says he's going to be ready. He don't know. What if the MRI shows something different? What if it shows something different? Why would you take him, of all people, and put him in that position? He's not Deebo Samuel. He's not one of those dudes. He's tall and slim, incredibly gifted. You don't put him in a position to run out of the backfield in a running play. Everybody talking about, oh my goodness, you get a player like him, you get the ball in their hands no matter what. That's not true. You get them the ball in places that are ideal for them to excel. Running out of the backfield ain't it. That ain't what CeeDee Lamb signed up for. Huge mistake on the part of the Dallas Cowboys because it neutralized them offensively. And it left Dak Prescott reliant, on this cat from Pittsburgh. And that's what you have. And because of that, your offense was relatively neutralized. Dak Prescott was left to do but so much. Their offense was stripped of its potency. Their defense is trash, and they ended up getting blown out by a team who was 0-2 and was fresh off a previous week of giving up 52 points to the Detroit Lions in a blowout loss. But that's what happened. And because of that, I'm looking at I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm saying, excuse me, they don't have it. They don't have it. You can't expect but so much out of this team when you can't stop a cold. You just can't do it. That's how I'm viewing them right now. That's how I see them. And that's the way it's going to be. And by the way, late in the game, Trayvon Diggs and Kenny Clark, who was acquired in a Micah Parsons trade, by the way, both got hurt on the same defensive series in the third quarter. They committed 4 turnovers, but then forced a single turnover from the Chicago Bears. And 3 fourth-quarter drives all ended in interceptions. This is pretty bad. And by the way, it was going through the hands of cats. It wasn't like it was all Dak Prescott's fault. So we got to remember that moving forward. Make no mistake about it. Cowboys in a world of trouble. It doesn't look good at all. And somebody that likes to troll the Cowboys, because I do consider their fan base the most disgusting, nauseating fan base in American history. That is absolutely true. I'm not changing my mind. You see me say it on TV. Don't think you're going to hear me say otherwise on radio. I can't stand Cowboy fans, but it's all love. It's just me like loving trolling them. Okay? That's all it is. It's no big deal. It's not the end of the world. I'm just having a good time talking about them. But I got to tell you something right now. They are horrible defensively. They really, really are. George Pickens, listen, he's in a contract year. And when he's missing balls and it's going through his hands and Chicago's intercepted because of that, that's not a good look for him. Plain and simple. Javonte Williams is running the football effectively. That's one good spot for them. And I think offensively, Dallas, with all its bodies healthy, can make some noise offensively. But there's not much you can do for this defense because this defense is horrible. And I think that the Micah Parsons trade ultimately is going to come back to haunt Jerry Jones. He doesn't believe so in the long haul, but I do. And quite frankly, I've been right and he hasn't. Because it's been 29 years since the Dallas Cowboys have been in the championship game. That means they haven't been in a championship game, which means they haven't been in the Super Bowl, which means they haven't won a Super Bowl. And we all know they ain't going to win it this year. So since January 28th of 1996, the Dallas Cowboys are on the outside looking in at a Super Bowl. I'm so surprised. 888 Mad Dog 6 is the number to call up. That's 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Lots to get into. Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. What?
251 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. I'm going to tell you, I really like Javonte Williams. 76 yards rushing.